Hi Aquarius, it's Sloan Rhodes with your mid-month, or let's say mid-November through the end of December 2017 adjunct video for life, purpose, career, and money. So this is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and as I just mentioned that this is an adjunct video to the previously released video I did for October, November, and December. It's much more comprehensive. This is a bonus for everyone. So there's a link here if you're interested or if you haven't listened to that one yet or seen that one yet. And all the readings are now available on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And I'll have links here as well. So if you want to listen to your reading as opposed to just watching a video, you have access to it there as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, mid-November through the end of December 2017, life, purpose, career, and money. I'm going to be drawing one card from the Angels of Abundance deck by Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue, one card from the Witch's Tarot, or three cards from the Witch's Tarot, one for what you're meant to not do, one for what you're meant to do or keep doing, and one in the position of what we can look forward to regardless. And then I'm going to take a quick peek at your money with a one card draw from the Money Tarot by Eugene Vinitsky. Okay, Aquarius, here we go. Detox your friendships. Interesting. Well, it's an interesting concept to think that, you know, the friendships and the people that we hang out with can be toxic. But we all know it to be true, right? We all have been around people who energetically just feel to us. And as you are growing and expanding here, Aquarius, there's going to be certain social groups or friends or even co-workers with whom you socialize that may feel just like maybe they're always like complaining. You know, complainers are always difficult to be around. One, because often we fall into a pattern where we join in, like, yeah, and that just amplifies that energy, and then we walk away feeling angry or upset or victimized in some way. Or they're complaining and we're actually in a pretty good place and we're like, gosh, you know, that doesn't feel good to be around that. So that can show up in that way. But you'll know, Aquarius, how it feels in your body to be with certain people. And if they're people with whom you have a long-standing connection, and you think and you feel like it might be difficult to start to get away from them, and you're not sure how, the only way to do it is to start. You're under no obligation to keep older friendships that you've, let's say, outgrown, or just even more specifically, aren't vibrating at the same frequency with. You know, you'll know it because you'll feel it. You know, if you're around people who when you're with them, you feel supported, you feel excited to be with, you feel a sense of peace with them, or comfort, serenity. That's how you know. But if you're with people who you feel a sense of frustration or anxiety, or even when we feel as though they are trying to put us down or get ahead at our expense, you'll know it. You know, we all know it. It's just sometimes you get into a pattern and we don't want to take the steps to kind of sever those ties. But during this particular time frame, Aquarius, you're really being encouraged to consider this and to begin to take action to clear that out of your life. Everything is coming up for healing. It's a powerful year for everything to be revealed so that it can be worked upon, looked at differently, healed, integrated, so that we can continue to grow and expand as we move forward here. So for you, it's coming up in terms of your friendships and your social circle. All right, so let's get some additional cards. And if you're one of those people who's currently kind of spending a bit of time alone, detox the way that you think about friendships or your social circle. If you're someone who's right now in a period where you're not really being very social, and you are kind of pitying yourself or thinking, gosh, I can't make any friends, or I'm never going to work with people who respect me and honor me, begin to detox your thoughts around that and your understanding of that, and say, all right, is there a place where I can honor myself right now? Well, perhaps I could understand my own personal needs for the environment that I work in. Perhaps I can begin to begin to investigate where else I might work that has a better feeling atmosphere, you know, where I'm connecting with people more intellectually or more from the heart. Maybe I want to work for a smaller company where it feels more familial as opposed to a larger corporation where I feel like I'm just a number. Only you know, but this is a beautiful time to look at that. And also look at areas where you may be perpetuating a feeling of victimization, where you feel like no one likes you or I can't fit in. You know, Aquarians have this beautiful, expansive view that encompasses, well, it's kind of a bit of a rebellious, visionary kind of quality. And sometimes you can feel alone with that, but you're never alone. You're always supported by the divine, by your guides and angels. But it's whether or not we feel it, you know. And so that's what you're kind of being encouraged to look at, so you can create some change around that. I've talked about that for a long time. Let's get going. So, what is Aquarius going to not do or stop doing? Do or start doing? Keep doing? And what can Aquarius look forward to regardless? Gosh, that's so funny. When I saw this card, I thought there were 3 angels in it. I saw 3 angels so clearly, and now I just see 2. Huh. Okay, we have the 7 of Wands in reverse in terms of what you're meant to not do or stop doing. We have the Lovers in terms of what you're meant to do or start doing. And we have the 2 of Swords, which is something that you can look forward to or expect regardless. We have the Temperance under the deck, beautiful card of healing, transition that feels more integrated. I feel like that's coming up for you in the new year. Okay, so what you're meant to not do or stop doing, we have the 7 of Wands in reverse. What you're meant to start doing, keep doing, or begin doing. We have the beautiful Lovers card, commitments made from the heart. What you can expect regardless is the 2 of Swords. I don't see you making any big changes regarding your career yet, because it's starting with the micro movements here with the heart. What I mean by that is if you're waiting to hear back from a company or you've applied for jobs, you may not hear from them in this time period. Or if you have been on the fence or kind of considering making a move, I feel like you're still doing some integration here with the Temperance card. I see it happening more in the new year, but trust yourself, of course. And for some of you, this may accelerate. We do have the 7 of Wands, which is faster moving energy in terms of what you're meant to not do or stop doing. So, Aquarius, this goes nicely with the detox your friendships, right? Where are you not protecting yourself? If you are in an environment at work where your coworkers are, and because it's a life purpose career reading, even money reading, a small part of it anyway, if you are working with people who don't have your back and where you have been turning a blind eye to their activities, that can taint you by association, do your best to begin to distance yourself from that. Because there may be something going on with the people with whom you are socializing at work or with whom you are just working with, or even your friends who are you are engaging in activities with your friends even that can get back to your employer, that can create problems for you. So make sure you're well defended. If you are on social media and you're posting a bunch of stuff that is a bit iffy and you're working for a very conservative company, make sure that that is locked down, like they can't see that. Because with this card in reverse, it's kind of, for me, it's like you're not really taking care of yourself, and people may be starting to trample over you a little bit, which is why we have this detox your friendships. And for me, it's not just about your friendships, it's about the people with whom you spend a lot of time, such as your coworkers, that kind of energy, the company that you work with, the company culture that you are within. Now, what you're meant to do or not do, or do or start doing, or keep doing, we have the Lovers card. Beautiful energy of making a commitment, first and foremost, to your own sense of values, to your own personal safety and security during this time frame from a place of the heart. Again, it's like, for me, the detox your friendships is coming in terms of the environment that you're working with, the people that you are working with. And if you are someone who's not actively working for pay but at home, and you are trying to create, trying to connect more to your sense of purpose in the world, make sure that if your friends are kind of poo-pooing your ideas or aren't fully supportive, maybe begin to shift away from them a little bit. It can be awkward at first, but you have to take the baby steps in order to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Anyway, so with the Lover's card, it does show make a commitment from the heart to, first and foremost, as it's coming in for me, to your sense of values, to what you want to accomplish in the world, to the work that you do, the tasks that you complete at work, the energy you put into the projects you're working on. You can even ask yourself, where can I be more connected to this work in the moment, where I feel as though I am contributing something of value and long-lasting that will create greater stability for me and a sense of heart-centered joy, because it's through the baby steps here, little movements to begin to sever some ties. It's like you are sculpting your life during this time period with the micro movements. It's like you make, or you're painting. You do a little brush stroke and you walk away. You come back and you go, okay, I like that. Maybe that color, or bring that color in. So I think I can't remember who else had the Lovers. I think it was Virgo. If you're not in love with it during this time period, if you can't really commit to it from the heart, you're probably not in the right spot. And if you are working with people with whom you have a very tenuous connection, as who you don't trust, who may be trying to sneak around and do something behind your back, or maybe you're not being fully defended, you're not really defending your position here, and they're taking advantage of that. If that doesn't feel good to your heart, begin to take steps to ameliorate that. But regardless, I see with the Two of Swords here, you're in a process of integrating mind and heart here. I do see a transition here that's more, that feels more healed, more wholesome to you, where you feel a greater sense of, I've taken these different elements and I've blended them into something that feels better to me during this time frame. I hope that makes sense, Aquarius. You're in a good position. You've done good work, Aquarius. Don't let others take credit for the work that you're doing. And again, don't leave yourself open to other people taking credit for your work you're doing, or as I mentioned on social media, even there's a lot here in terms of standing your ground. Now is not a time to give up. Now is the time to keep moving forward. It's okay to even push. You're wanting to make a commitment here. You're being encouraged to really commit to a choice here, to something from the heart. It could be a project. It could be a new work environment. It could be a new job. With the Lovers, it does speak to something that's going to be a contract that you sign that will be around for a while. But it's a win-win. It has to work for both parties. And so make sure you stand your ground. You're in a good place of negotiation for this, so don't give in too easily. Be willing to negotiate. You're from a position of strength. If the terms aren't to your liking, if it doesn't feel like a happy compromise or something like that, then continue to negotiate. I think you will get what you want in the end, but I don't know if you'll hear about it yet. But during this time frame, if you have an opportunity to renegotiate something or just sign a contract, again, stand your ground, negotiate. You have a good position here. But don't, again, with the Temperance, it's the blending of two different things. So, don't negotiate to the point where they don't have any wiggle room. It's meant to be a win-win here, not you dominate. And that feels happier to your soul, because you're detoxing, patterns with connections and friendships and partnerships, including areas where you may have been the one who rolled over others, because you have such a bright vision, such a clear vision of what you want to do, that if someone's not on board, you might just be like, fine, I'm going to keep going. And then sometimes it'll be like you cut off your nose to spite your face. Let's see, as the saying goes. Okay, Aquarius, I am just going long with this video. It feels good to me, though. I feel like you're doing really well. I like that Temperance card under the deck. I like the Lovers here, a win-win. Negotiate from a place of strength, and be prepared to possibly wait into the new year to hear back on whatever it is you're working upon. Alright, so let's look at your money. Alright, the Emperor. So very, very nice energy in terms of your money. It's about creating greater strength and stability for yourself here, which is why you're detoxing. If it doesn't come from the heart, it's not working for you anymore. You're wanting something long-lasting and stable here. We have 3 major arcana cards, and in order to do so, you have to negotiate your position here. You have to understand your values, your strengths, what you bring to the table. Not overinflate yourself, but understand what your value is. And if you don't know, begin to spend a little time thinking about that. And this goes for whether or not you are currently employed or working on your sense of purpose in the world. Not only what do others value in you, but what do you value about you? What do you want people to recognize in you? What are the things you love about yourself that you know that you're good at? Now, a lot of times when we are good at something, we dismiss it because we think everyone has it, things that come naturally to us. Very often we don't value it because it comes so naturally, but that's many of the things that you do well that other people don't do well, you may not be giving yourself credit for, so consider that too. Alright, so I will say there may be an Aries individual possibly involved here, possibly a Gemini, and Temperance. Who is Temperance? I don't remember at the moment. Alright, so this video's gone long. I wish you much love, Aquarius, and I will see you maybe at your private appointment or over on the spiritual guidance videos, which I release every Sunday, or over on the podcast. Much love.